Are you okay, sis? Are you walking too fast?
I can see the sign. Bargain sale up to 50% off. We've got to buy today or we'll regret it. But to pass up a promotion to take care of someone with a disability. You're so pitiful, Chief.
Huh?
What? You turned down the transfer to headquarters?
The one who shouted was my subordinate, Yuno Washimiya. She's 26 and a regular employee in the sales department. Apparently, her father is the president of another company, making her a true blue-blooded heiress. She doesn't bring it up much, so I've never heard which company her father runs.
Getting a transfer offer from headquarters is a huge deal. It doesn't happen every day. If you pass up this chance, you might not get another one. Why?
Well, I thought about it, but there's something more important to me right now. I'm Aoto Nanami, 27 years old. I'm a supervisor in the sales department, and my work is good enough to get me an offer to transfer to headquarters, I guess.
Huh, is that so? Well then, I'll just take the spot you turned down someday. You'll regret it then.
I see. Well, if you really want to go to headquarters, you might have to work a little harder.
Just you watch, Chief.
I'm looking forward to it. To put it simply, Yuno is a bit prickly. But I can tell her aloof attitude is just her way of hiding her feelings for me, which is kind of endearing. She's stubborn, but she's a good kid at heart. She listens to my guidance, and her sales numbers are above average. A few years ago, I was actually her trainer when she first joined the company. Maybe my passion for patiently teaching her, naive as she was, got through to her. While she's a professional at work, we have a comfortable rapport. It feels like I've gained a little sister. I'm home.
Welcome home. Dinner's ready.
The voice that greeted me when I got home from work belonged to Ayaka Nanami. She's my sister, 1 year older than me. She has a job too, but it seems she got home first today and made dinner. She's kind and good-natured, but my sister actually suffers from a genetic disease called retinitis pigmentosa, and she lost her sight 4 years ago. Our family home is in the countryside and isn't very accessible, which would make life difficult for my sister now that she's lost her sight. That's why my sister and I live together in the city, where things are more accessible. Even though she can't see, she cooks and takes care of herself. She's my sister, but I truly respect her for not letting her disability get her down, and for always looking forward. If anyone were to ask about my sister, I could proudly tell them what a wonderful person she is. The reason I turned down the transfer to headquarters was so I could continue living with her. Whoa, what's with the sunglasses?
Akari gave them to me today. The star shape is cool, isn't it? Do they suit me?
Is saying they suit you even a compliment? And so, I live these never boring days with my calm but sometimes eccentric sister. By the way, Akari is my sister's best friend. It seems she has a unique sense of style.
I'm glad to hear your energetic voice.
You totally got me. Anyway, thanks for making dinner, sis. It looks delicious.
You're welcome. Eat up. Oh, by the way, listen to this. I was out today and someone helped me.
Seeing my sister happily recount the day's events, I couldn't help but smile. It's retinitis pigmentosa. The progression varies from person to person. Some may lose their sight in a few years, while for others it may take decades. It's also possible that some may never lose their sight completely, but we can't say for sure without monitoring the progress.
What?
My sister received that diagnosis when she was in her 3rd year of high school. Retinitis pigmentosa is a rare genetic disease where the cells in the retina gradually deteriorate.
Is there no cure?
Unfortunately, there is no fundamental cure. All current technology can do now is slow the progression with medication.
No.
My sister had never had any issues with her eye exams before. But one day, she felt it was unusually difficult to see in the dark and went to an ophthalmologist. After a detailed examination at a large hospital, she was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa.
I want to be a fashion designer when I grow up. I want lots of people to wear the clothes I design.
My sister was in the home economics club at her all-girls high school. With her excellent sense of color and design, she devoted herself to dressmaking.
You can totally do it, Ayaka. The clothes you make are super cute.
Her friends, her family, everyone around her believed without a doubt she would achieve her dream. Who could have imagined that such a hopeful future would be cut short by an incurable disease? She worried that as her vision slowly faded, she wouldn't be able to do the design work she loved, let alone live on her own. Not even knowing when she might lose her sight completely, my sister was being crushed by anxiety for her future. But then,
Even if you lose your sight someday, Ayaka.
that promise completely changed my sister's perspective. Are you okay, sis? Are you walking too fast? One weekend, I was at the shopping mall with my sister and Akari.
Thanks, I'm fine.
I can see the sign. Bargain sale up to 50% off. We've gotta buy today or we'll regret it.
This is my sister's best friend, Akari Kiraki. The party sunglasses from the other day were her doing.
I'm so excited to buy lots of cute clothes with you today, Ayaka. Let's buy a ton for research.
You're right. I'm excited too.
The two of them are very close. It's no wonder since they've spent a lot of time together since their all-girls high school days. Akari has been helping care for my sister even after she lost her sight. She comes over to our house often, so we've gotten to know each other well. I'm sure my sister has been saved by her boundless optimism time and time again. By the way, the fact that I'm attracted to Akari is a secret. I haven't even told my sister.
Auto, I can feel quite an intense gaze from you. Could it be that you... Well, I suppose I shouldn't pry.
Oh, there's a vending machine over there. I'm getting thirsty. I'll go grab something.
My sister. I've never been able to keep secrets from my sister, and it seems that hasn't changed.
Chief?
While we were waiting for Akari to come back, we ran into Yuno, who was apparently also out shopping. Yuno, what a coincidence. Are you out shopping too?
Auto, do you know her?
Yeah, she's a subordinate from work. She's a real hard worker. You know, this is... I figured she was also here for the sale, and was about to introduce my sister to her when it happened.
I was wondering what could be more important than a transfer to headquarters, but I see now.
I guess you can't just leave her alone if she can't see.
But to pass up a promotion to take care of someone with a disability. You're so pitiful, Chief.
Huh? Hearing such malice from the girl I thought of as a little sister, my mind went blank.
You had a great opportunity to succeed at headquarters, and you're throwing it all away for her. Ugh, it's such a waste. It's not too late. You should break up with her and make a choice you won't regret.
It seems she's mistaken my sister for my girlfriend, but whether it's a misunderstanding or not doesn't matter. Because these words came from a subordinate I trusted. Only one word naturally escaped my lips. Apologize. You make it sound like she's getting in the way of my career.
What is it, Chief? I was just...
It was certainly a chance to advance my career. That's why when I told her about the transfer offer, she was actually happy for me. But I chose to turn it down. I wanted to spend a little more time with her, with my sister.
Huh? What?
You can't take for granted that the people close to you will always be there. When my sister lost her sight, that lesson hit me hard. My sister will probably get married someday. When that happens, the time I have with her now will be all I have left. And she lost her sight so suddenly. Who's to say she won't develop some other unexpected illness in the future? So what's important to me right now is my time with my sister. That's why turning down the transfer was my decision, and my decision alone.
Oh, Oh, she's your sister. I'm sorry, I thought she was your girlfriend.
Oh, it's all right. I'm not offended.
I can't just let it go. Those heartless words she just hurled were undoubtedly a blade meant to attack you, sis.
Yeah, that's right.
Akari. Apparently, she had heard everything. Akari, holding the drinks, glared at Yuno with sharp eyes.
I've been listening for a bit, and I hear you treating Ayaka like she's some kind of burden without knowing a thing.
And you are?
I'm Ayaka's best friend, Akari Kiraki. You better remember that. Because one day, it'll be a name known by many in the fashion industry, right alongside Ayaka Nanami. After all, Ayaka and I run a design office together called Nanahoshi Design Lab.
That's right. My sister actually achieved the dream she's had since her high school days, and now she's working as a fashion designer with Akari's help.
Ayaka may have lost her sight, but she still has the incredible sense of style she was born with, and her mind is overflowing with all sorts of images. So, I take those ideas and give them form, and that's how we fulfill our clients' requests. Actually, back in high school, I wanted to be a pop idol.
An idol?
People told me it was impossible, that I needed to think seriously about my future. But I'm not good at thinking so rigidly about things like that. Rather, I believe that if you live your life to the fullest doing what you want to do now, things will work out. Hey, Nanami, I want to be an idol. Could you make my costumes? I heard you can make super cute clothes. An idol? I don't mind, but...
Buying costumes was expensive, and since Akari wasn't good at making them herself, she asked my sister. Back then, my sister simply enjoyed making clothes. To support Akari's dream, they started working together as a team. I remember my sister telling me happily how she was drawn to Akari's boundless cheerfulness.
We were inseparable after that. Ayaka was always there with me, smiling. I did live stream, performed on stage, and every time I had an event, Ayaka would make me the perfect, cutest costume. Whenever I felt like giving up, she'd notice right away and be the first to cheer me on, saying Akari is the cutest in the world. We had no real prospects of making a living, but it was so much fun. I wished it could go on forever. But then, we found out about Ayaka's illness.
Back then, when my sister was feeling down, crushed by the fear of losing her sight, Akari said to her,
It's thanks to you, Ayaka, that I was able to chase my dream. So now, it's my turn to help you, right? So if you ever lose your sight, I'll be your eyes. You can think of the designs and I'll bring them to life. That way, we can become fashion designers together. So don't look so worried. It's okay. We're best friends. We're on the same wavelength. See? And we can totally do this.
Yes, that was the promise Akari made that encouraged my sister when she was at a loss after her diagnosis.
We studied together at a fashion vocational school for 2 years and launched our design office right after graduation. I was terrible at sewing, so it was really tough, but for the first 4 years after we started the office, Ayaka could still see. We established our workflow during that time and we're still working together based on that system. At some point, being with Ayaka became more important to me than becoming an idol. So just like Aoto, I don't think of her as a burden in the slightest. Akari. Even if you can't understand our values, it's a fact that our office wouldn't exist without Ayaka. If Ayaka weren't here, our current clients would probably stop giving us work. So in that sense too, Ayaka is absolutely essential. If you get it, then apologize properly to Ayaka. And to Aoto too.
Akari.
Huh?
Hey, wait, Yuno. For a moment, Yuno's face twisted in pain. She bit her lip, then ran off without another word. You two, I'm sorry about my subordinate.
I'm not bothered, so it's okay. Besides, I'm sure she's not a bad person deep down, right?
Well, I thought so too. until today.
Then don't be too hard on her, okay? But it made me happy. Thank you both for getting angry on my behalf. Of course I would. Someone was dissing my best friend.
I just said what I was thinking.
Well, there are still some shops we haven't been to. Let's go.
We put it behind us and resumed our shopping. As we enjoyed our time, we didn't realize the reason why my sister wasn't bothered by Yuno's words.
The way the chief looks at that woman? He's in love with her.
The next day, frustrated by yesterday's events, Yuno had gone out for a walk to clear her head.
She's his sister's best friend, which means she's close to the chief too? So that's why he doesn't care about me at all. Is that?
Just then, she spotted my sister. She thought, "You've got to be kidding me," and was about to change direction, but then she noticed something.
Oh, there are rocks lined up over there.
They were probably left there by some kids from the neighborhood. Seeing my sister walking straight towards them, Yuno, worried she would get hurt,
Okay, that should be fine.
moved the rocks out of the way before my sister got there. Yes, despite her harsh words, Yuno isn't a bad person. And then she thought,
And maybe now.
along with her frustration, guilt had been building up inside Yuno. She took a deep breath and called out.
Ayaka,
Huh? Oh, are you Yuno?
After she lost her sight, my sister's ability to remember voices naturally improved. And since she had just heard it yesterday, it seems she remembered Yuno's voice.
What a coincidence meeting you again today. Do you come around here often?
sometimes.
I see. You know, there's something I wanted to tell you. I'm so glad I ran into you again.
Well, of course.
Yuno assumed she still had a complaint about yesterday. So she braced herself for a scolding, but what came from my sister's mouth was something else entirely.
Yuno, thank you so much for helping me the other day.
Huh?
You see, you helped me when I was having trouble with some abandoned bicycles.
This had happened when Yuno was out of the office for a sales call.
Okay, that should do it. Crap, I'm going to be late for my appointment. See ya!
Oh, wait! At least tell me your name.
The kind person my sister told me about at the dinner table that one time, it was actually Yuno.
Yesterday, I thought your voice sounded familiar, and I finally remembered just before I went to sleep. You were the one who helped me, right? I really wanted to thank you properly. Oh, do you like sweets? I actually just bought some baked goods. If you like them, would you accept these? The pastries from this place are delicious.
Why? Why aren't you blaming me? I said such horrible things to you yesterday. I'm sure I hurt you deeply, so why?
Hearing the regret in Yuno's voice, my sister spoke gently.
I'm not just being tough. I truly wasn't hurt by what you said yesterday. Because none of those words came from your heart. You were just jealous, weren't you, Yuno? Because you thought I was Alto's girlfriend.
What? How did you know?
Because everything you said sounded like you were just putting up a brave front. The moment you realized I was his sister and not his girlfriend, your tone of voice completely changed to one of relief. That's when I knew for sure. Akari interrupted you, but you were about to apologize right away, weren't you? In reality, you're a very kind person. The proof is that you helped me when you were about to be late for a sales call, but you didn't even remember me yesterday.
That was just because I was in a hurry.
Is that so? To me, it seems like you forgot because you're so used to helping people. Even though I can't see.
No matter how much you try to hide things, it won't work on my sister. It seems Yuno was no exception.
Even so, it it doesn't change the fact that I said those terrible things to you. And hurting someone out of jealousy is completely unforgivable. Ayaka, I am truly, truly sorry for what I did yesterday.
Yuno bowed her head deeply. My sister's eyes, though they couldn't see, were surely watching her. Yuno declined the offer of pastries. Finally, after warning her to be careful of the rocks over there, she left. Now, as for what happened with Yuno after that,
I am so sorry about what happened with Ayaka.
she apologized to me first thing when she got to the office. My sister had told me afterwards that Yuno was the one who had helped her. So I was able to thank her, and we made up. Great job, Yuno. Congratulations on hitting your personal goal for the month.
Thank you very much.
The one thing that changed was that her friendly attitude towards me disappeared. It was the proper way for a subordinate to act, but I couldn't help but feel a little sad that she had drawn such a clear line between us as boss and employee. And so, 5 years passed.
I can see.
Sis? Oh, thank goodness. Can you really see?
Can you see me? Can you see me? I can see you, Alto, Akari.
Amazingly, a treatment for retinitis pigmentosa was developed, one that was only effective for a specific type of genetic mutation. Luckily, my sister had that exact genetic type. The doctors at the hospital reached out to her, and she was prioritized to receive a retinal sheet transplant surgery abroad. And at long last, her sight was restored.
Hey, Dad. I'll spend my whole life paying you back, so please, just this one thing.
In fact, Yuno's father was the president of a major manufacturing company. She had pleaded with him to invest in research for retinitis pigmentosa. All right, don't you ever forget those words. In other words, the reason the research for the cure progressed and why my sister was able to receive treatment so quickly was all thanks to Yuno. We happened to hear about it at the hospital where she was treated. But even though we wanted to thank her, by that time, she had already left the company. The only thing we could do was send a thank you letter and a bag that my sister and Akari made especially for her to the pharmaceutical company where she now worked.
To think that the incredibly popular Ayaka Nanami and Akari Kiraki made this just for me. I'm so lucky.
Her last name was no longer Washimiya by then. The story of how she found happiness in her arranged marriage is for another time. And as for us,
Ayaka, about the next job request. Whoa! Oh, Alto? Welcome, Akari. Alto's in the middle of a serious dilemma. Wow! I feel like it's been a while since I've seen that face. By the way, what are you so worried about?
it's just... Akari, I love you. Please, go out with me, with marriage in mind.
Huh?
After realizing my feelings for Akari, my sister's best friend, it took me quite a long time to confess.
What's there to be so surprised about, Akari? He was so obvious. No way! The only reason you knew is because you're you, Ayaka.
Seeing Akari, her face beat red, accept my confession with a yes I'd love to, I couldn't help but pump my fist in victory. After that, Akari and I grew closer and got married. However, I received another transfer offer from headquarters, so I'm currently living away from home for work. The two of them sent me off with open arms, and now my sister and Akari are working harder than ever at their office. I never thought a day like this would come, back when we first found out about my sister's illness. It was a future we couldn't even dare to hope for. We were able to achieve it because my sister never gave in to despair. The future can bring despair, but it can also bring hope. Even if the path ahead is dark, if you move forward without pessimism, a better tomorrow may be waiting for you. Whoa, are you okay?
Chizuru, Oni, Sorry to keep you waiting.
That bastard. Yelling, flying everywhere. Tension running high. One by one, my comrades fall. A memory I've never lived, and yet one I've always had since I was little. Yeah, I don't believe in God or the afterlife, but I do have what people call past life memories. And me,
Take care.
See you later. Even now, I'm still searching for where I truly belong. Whoa, so this is the place. It was June in Japan, where the humidity was just starting to hit. And today, under clear skies, I stood in front of a certain university. I'm Joji Haga. I'm 31, born to an American father and a Japanese mother. More people than I expected. Where's Building 7? I have a little sister who's 11 years younger than me, and today, she invited me to her university school festival. Her name's Arisa. She's in the tea ceremony club, and apparently, they're serving tea in Building 7. That's where I'm headed. Ooh, they have food stalls too. Guess I'll text her that I'm here. Thankfully, I've got plenty of time before the meetup. As I take my time wandering near the stalls, away from the crowds. Whoa, are you okay? I bumped into a female student coming from around the corner. She must not have been able to see with all that stuff in her arms. I caught her firmly to stop her from falling.
I'm so sorry.
No worries. Are you hurt or anything?
Oh yeah, I actually tripped earlier and...
These are costumes, right? Pretty heavy for one person. I'm going this way, right?
No, really, it's fine. And you're going the opposite way, aren't you? I can carry it myself, seriously.
But you couldn't even see in front of you, right? After that little incident, I safely arrived at Building 7 where Arisa was.
Here you go.
Lovely presentation. She scolded me for being late, but forgave me right away once I explained I'd gotten lost and helped someone along the way. I had the matcha tea she made, and even a nerikiri sweet. Then we started checking out the rest of the festival together.
Oh, it's you from earlier.
After watching a play by the drama club, Arisa said she wanted to introduce me to a friend. And the girl who showed up was the same one from earlier, carrying those big boxes.
I knew it. The girl you helped carry stuff for from the drama club was Chizuru. So you're... Thanks again for earlier. I'm Chizuru Sakuragawa, Arisa's friend.
I'm Joji Haga, Arisa's older brother. Thanks for always looking out for her. Earlier, when I was trying to describe the girl I'd met from the drama club, I didn't expect it to actually be Arisa's friend. But yeah, life is weird like that. Also, that play earlier was amazing. Rare enough to see something about Japan, but setting it pre-World War II?
Right? I was so moved I couldn't stop crying. Thank you. I actually study modern Japanese history, so I know a bit about that era. Sure, Chizuru's in the history department, but that alone couldn't make a story like that.
Yeah, it was like a Japanese Romeo and Juliet with a happy ending. The setting was pre-war Japan, but it felt incredibly real and powerful. I don't think you could have written that just from class. Did you do interviews or something?
I did, yeah. I asked a local grandma about life before the war and used her stories, and... ever since I was little, I've always been drawn to doomed love stories. I just really want to rewrite those endings into happy ones. You really are good at turning tragic stories into happy ones. Last year's Little Mermaid was amazing too.
I see. No way. I had a feeling, but now wasn't the time to ask. Still wondering, I followed them as we kept enjoying the festival.
Sea urchin is so good. Sorry, Joji, for dragging you into this.
A few days later, I took Arisa and Sakuragawa out for sushi. Arisa's request, of course. Well, since I'm back in Japan, I wanted sushi anyway. Don't hold back. Order whatever you want.
Thank you. Arisa told me a bit. Joji, you work in the US, right?
Yeah, I lived in Japan until college, but started working in the US afterward. I'm in Japan now for work.
Feels like you're back pretty often, though, thanks to your vacations. But it's been about 10 years, huh? So, Joji, you chose US citizenship? Wait, but can Japanese people work in the US if they get a visa?
Yeah, if you're not familiar, it's kinda tricky. But basically, yes, Japanese citizens can work in the US with a visa. But for siblings like us with dual citizenship, we have to pick one. In the US, which uses birthright citizenship, kids born there get US citizenship regardless of the parent's nationality. Dual citizenship is allowed. In contrast, Japan uses bloodline citizenship, so if one parent is Japanese, the child is Japanese too, but Japan doesn't allow dual citizenship. So, kids like us, born in the US to a Japanese and American parent, end up with dual citizenship by default.
But under Japanese law, we have to choose one by the time we're 22. Right. So we had to pick before then.
That's why, in practice, a lot of people formally choose Japanese citizenship, but keep both anyway.
I see. So, Joji, did you pick Japan too?
Nope, I chose the US. Larissa, you said you're going with Japan, right?
Yeah, I was thinking Japan. But with how things are now, I'm starting to have doubts. Japan's scary these days. Feels like it's right before a war or something. Huh? Is a war starting? Not just a takeover. That's what people are saying. And honestly, I think it's already begun. But at this rate, it feels like it could turn into an actual military conflict. At first glance, everything looks normal, but war always starts suddenly. I really hate it.
The way Sakuragawa said that, there was a strange weight to her words. Did you hear that from the neighborhood grandma too?
Did I? Maybe. Oh, come on, seriously? Or maybe she heard it from her dad. He's a cop, right? Yeah. Well, today it's on your big bro, so don't hold back. Order all the pricey stuff you want. How about some fatty tuna? I might get 3 pieces.
And just like that, I started seeing Sakuragawa now and then through Arisa. Work kept me from seeing them often, but I'd be in Japan for at least half a year this time. So, during their summer break, we even managed one outing together. That day, I mostly got dragged around by Arisa's requests, but she seemed really happy I was there. For my adorable little sister, even her asking for a designer bag or a mini-skirted cop outfit was, well, not painful. Not that painful. Also, for the record, I nabbed one of Dad's treasured bottles of wine as payback.
Big bro, bath's free now.
And so, come August, 2 months later, I'd gotten to know Sakuragawa pretty well. We exchanged contact info, and she now messages me almost daily. Yeah, I'm going in.
Today I opened a new head scrub, so you can use it if you like. Wait, is this Chizuru's doing?
You figured that out fast. Also, I told you to wear proper clothes around the house.
Yeah, zip it. So, she asked you out, right? What'd she say?
She asked, "Do you like sweets?" and said there's a cafe she wants to visit. Invited me to go with her.
That's great. Even if it's not your thing, you can at least drink coffee, right?
Arisa?
Jeez, I get it already. You're hung up on the age gap, aren't you?
Of course I am. I'm 31. From your point of view, I'm an old man. I knew right away her feelings had changed into something romantic. But she's still a college student, 11 years younger than me. No wonder I'm conflicted.
Well, I am glad you're the kind of guy who worries about that. But really, you're just confused, right? Speaking as her best friend, if you don't hate the idea, at least go on one date with her. I know you're busy. No pressure or anything.
I mean, it's not like I'd suddenly treat her differently just because I found out how she feels, but...
I'm not worried about that. Besides, you're curious about Chizuru, aren't you?
Hmm.
Nailed it.
How?
Don't underestimate a little sister's intuition. I mean, I can tell if it's love on your end or not, but still. Anyway, go take your bath. Night.
She sees everything. I've started to wonder if Sakuragawa might be the person I've been searching for. But Arisa's always with us when we meet. We're not close enough yet for me to ask deeper questions. And if she's the one... Does she still remember? If she does, I could finally say I'm home. But if not... Guess I'll take that bath. I replied to Sakuragawa and headed for the bathroom. Then, about a month later, in late September...
Joji!
In the end, work got crazy, and I never made it to that cafe. Today was my first proper day off in a while, so I came to pick them up after their morning classes.
Arisa said she had to stop by her locker, so she'll be a little late.
I see. Sakuragawa, mind if I ask something a little strange?
Huh? Sure, what is it?
You want to turn tragic love stories into happy ones, and you hate war, right? Is that because of something you actually experienced?
Something I experienced? Joji, I've never had some grand romance, and I've never been through a war, of course.
Got it. Maybe she's just hiding it. I did wonder, but it seemed like she really doesn't remember. Then how am I supposed to confirm it's her? Maybe I was never meant to find her at all. Wanting to say I'm home from my past life? Maybe that's just selfish.
But... actually, there are things I know that I have no memory of learning or reading, and they're all about pre-war Japan.
Ugh.
Even when I was little, I just knew things. I hated soldiers. Tragic love stories always made my heart ache. It felt weird, so I never really told anyone. But maybe they're memories from a past life. I feel like I've been waiting for someone for a very long time.
Yeah. My doubts turned into certainty. The woman I said goodbye to before the war and never returned to. There's no mistaking it. She's the one I've always wanted to say I'm home to. In my past life, I was an ordinary newspaper reporter, born in pre-war Japan to Japanese parents. Reincarnation? What kind of ridiculous setup is that?
Oh, I think it's wonderful. Stories of rebirth and cycles. You dropped this document, by the way.
She, on the other hand, was the daughter of a low-ranking Diet member. Uncommon for the time. Her mother was a Japanese American, making her half. She came from a prestigious spiritual family, while I was a pragmatic commoner. The fact that we met and kept in touch after some heated debates, it really was fate. Is that so? With a soldier?
Yes? It seems like he took quite a liking to my appearance. Once I graduate from girls' school, I'm to marry him.
At the time, it was normal for women to find a husband before graduating from girls' school. So, for a 15-year-old girl to be engaged to a 32-year-old man wasn't unusual.
If someone actually likes this strange appearance of mine, I couldn't be happier.
It was still rare to see mixed-race people. She had faced a lot of prejudice. And she was engaged to a powerful military officer. I thought she was happy about it.
Lately, there's been a lot of noise at the top. Seems like something's being plotted. I'm very proud of my father, but watching him, I can't help but see it. Not everyone in power truly puts the country first. And probably, neither does my fiancé. Am I destined to become the wife of someone serving the country for selfish gain? Just a doll for him to control. I just wish in my next life I could marry someone I truly love.
Apparently, her fiancé had character issues too. We had met so many times by then, and that's when I heard that confession. Japan was certainly on edge at the time. There's no guarantee there's a next life, but if there is... With her father's secret help, we managed to escape together. Even without registering as husband and wife, our poor life on the run felt like a real marriage. But that happiness didn't last. Somehow, a draft notice found us at our hiding place.
Chizuru, Oni, sorry to keep you waiting.
That bastard. And so, after saying I'm off, I never returned. If I had died in war for my country, maybe I wouldn't have retained memories of my past life. But here I am, reborn with those memories. Sakuragawa.
Joji!
One afternoon, while working, I spotted Sakuragawa while driving and called out to her. I'd heard from Arisa that someone from her university had been hitting on her, and it was troubling. Hello, and who's this?
This is Kakono. He's in the same seminar. His dad's my father's boss, so...
I get it. That's why she can't reject him outright. She looked like she was in trouble. Oh my, you must be Arisa's older brother, right? Trouble? That's a harsh thing to say. I was just walking her home. We're headed the same way after all. Sorry, but could you not butt in on something between us students, old man?
Hey, Kakono, that's too far!
I won't deny I'm an old man. Forcing yourself on someone who clearly doesn't want it isn't okay, no matter the country, era, or age. If you truly want someone to like you, don't do things they hate. You shouldn't want to. Am I wrong? Huh. Alright, I'll give you a ride. My mom wants to meet you. If you don't have plans, would you join us for dinner?
Really? I'd love to.
I'm still a bit worried, but for now, this should be fine. Just as I closed the door after seating Sakuragawa... Huh. Even in this life, you're in my way. Yeah, I had a feeling someone was watching me. I'm sure now. He's her fiancé from the past life, and he remembers too. This time, I won't let her go. In this life, she's mine. And... I'll kill you again, just like before. Literally, too. Why was I reborn with these memories? I think it's because he had me executed, under fabricated charges, while serving as my superior during conscription. Excuse me, Dad, do you have a moment? A few days later, Meguru visited his father in his room for the first time in a while. What is it, Meguru? It's rare for you to come to my room. Yes, there's something I desperately want to ask you today. Oh, go ahead. There's a detective named Haga at the MPD, right? I want to marry his daughter, Arisa. In his past life, he was the son of a lieutenant general and a marquis. In this life, he's the son of a high-ranking police official. Once again, he plots to claim her by abusing his status. He wanted her heart too, but if that guy takes her, it's all pointless. Last time I was too forceful. I died and lost everything. Luckily, we're the same age this time, so after we marry, slowly. That's not happening. What? Why not? I admit, marrying into our family doesn't benefit them much, but... Exactly, so go back to your room. But, with your status, that shouldn't matter, right? I really want to marry her. Please, just... You've been awfully obsessed with that Arisa girl lately. Those words proved his father had been watching him. No, we're just seminar mates being friendly, that's all. I see. And for you that means tailing her on her way home is the right amount of closeness? What? How do you know that? I mean, that's... Huh. That girl must have understood her position. That's why she couldn't say it clearly to you, and you knew that, but still pushed her anyway. You knew it could basically count as stalking. And then you come to me asking to use my power to make her marry you? Your character's becoming pretty damn clear. Come on, Dad. I didn't mean it like... Meguru, I'm a police officer. I act under justice. Sure, sometimes that means getting my hands dirty, or following orders from the state because of my position, but... at the very least, I don't use my authority to get a woman just for my own desires. And I sure as hell didn't raise my son to be that kind of man. If you mess with that girl again, I'll throw you in a cell. I have that much power. Now go back to your room. In other words, even if it's something that would usually end in a warning, because you're my son, I won't hesitate to throw you in jail. Realizing he can't use his father's power to get the girl, Kakono returns to his room in a daze. Well, that's all just talk in the end. We can't afford to ruin relations with the US right now. Which is why he never heard that muttered comment. So, it's been 6 months. Kakono hasn't approached her at all since. Looks like he's gone back to just being a classmate in the same seminar.
Choji, Arisa! Chizuru, congrats on getting into your study abroad program. Thanks.
Today, we're meeting up to celebrate her acceptance to study abroad. Yeah, she suddenly said she wanted to study in the US.
I seriously didn't expect Chizuru to want to go abroad. I thought she really loved Japan. I don't know. I just had this huge sense of urgency. Like I had to go study abroad.
I think maybe some memory deep inside her was warning her.
Well, leaving Japan's a good experience too. Though honestly, I was more shocked that my brother confessed to her. Arisa!
And yeah, after that, I told her how I felt, and we became a couple. I'd been drawn to her from the start, but I kept ignoring it because of the age gap. But if she liked me too, and she turned out to be the person I'd been searching for, then there's no reason to suppress my feelings anymore. She probably won't get her memories back, but maybe that's for the best. She's gonna live at my place in Washington during her studies, so I've already met with her parents. Everything's going great. That was the kind of day this was.
Yeah!
It's a weekday afternoon. I had tackled a man armed with a knife in the middle of the city. No need to guess who it was. It was Kokono. I've secured the knife. Someone call the police. Damn it, let me go. How did you know? Why is it always you? All I'll say is, I'm with the FBI. I'm in Japan right now for work. Huh? FBI? In my past life, I hated how powerless I was. So this time, I chose a job where I'd have power. That job is the FBI, something even Japanese elites would think twice about messing with. I chose US citizenship because you can't join the FBI as a Japanese national. Wait, don't tell me. My dad knew? Yeah, I figured you'd try to abuse your power again. So I gave him a heads up. From the look of it, sounds like he was pretty harsh. Well, of course, no matter who your dad is, nobody wants bad blood with America right now. That's what real power looks like. How's it feel, tasting helplessness in front of something you can't fight? Yeah, you bastard. And just like that, Kokono was taken away by Japanese police. So, what happened after that? I deeply apologize for my son's actions. The first to apologize was the director of the National Police Agency's Security Bureau, Kokono's father. This could have blown up into an international scandal. It could have affected joint investigations, or even strained relations between the two countries. If I may, I have one request. You've really done it now. After hearing my request, the security director stormed down to the jail to see his son. Because of you, they're demanding my resignation. Otherwise, they'll escalate this into an international incident. I didn't know. I had no idea he was FBI. Of course you didn't. Public security doesn't leak intel. More than that, the son of the head of security trying to commit murder? That's beyond disgraceful. I've lost all credibility. Your sentence is at least 5 years, but with my power, I'll stretch it as long as possible. Even after you get out, be prepared. Don't think you'll get to die easy. And so, Kokono, the security chief, resigned. His son was sentenced to 8 years in prison. Then, after serving his sentence, Meguru Kokono disappeared without a trace. A few years later, the former Chief Kokono was arrested for ties with foreign agents. And during that process, he was also indicted for human trafficking. What goes around comes around. Meguru Kokono became living proof of that. As for me,
I'll be making Japanese food for dinner tonight. I'll be waiting.
over a decade later, I was married to Chizuru, and we had 2 kids. After work, I checked that message from my wife and headed straight home. I'm home. Dad, welcome back.
Papa, welcome home.
I'm back, both of you. I hugged the kids who came to greet me. Usually, Chizuru would be here too, but today, I didn't even hear her say welcome home, so I found it odd. Chizuru? Chizuru, what's wrong? There she was, sobbing, with tears falling endlessly. The kids and I called out to her, but she kept shaking her head the whole time. About 3 minutes later, Chizuru forced a smile and said,
Welcome home.
"Oh. Does everyone get a second life? Then does that mean heaven or paradise actually exists?" Even I, living through this strange experience, don't know the answer, but one thing is clear: peace is best. All war brings is sorrow. No matter the ideology, you should never endanger your loved ones or peace. Sorry it took so long. I've always wanted to say this. Yeah, finally, I can. I'm home. And today, once again, we soak in our happiness.